Good evening. You're watching 7 at 7 here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. We'll be rounding up the day's top stories over the next half hour. Let's begin with the headlines. 9 dead in Bengal train tragedy, including 3 railway staff. Minister Ashwini Vaishnav meets injured. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee blames central government for negligence. Chilling details of Sandalwood murder case. Victim Renuka Swamy was given electric shocks and tortured before his death. Supporting actor and comedian Chikanna's link emerges. Karnataka fuel hike showdown. Siddaramaiah Sarkar under fire over fuel prices. BJP hits the streets, demands rollback of sales tax hike. Rahul's seat suspense grows. Congress huddle underway as announcement on his seat pick between Raebareli and Wayanad expected today. Shiv Sena MP's family in the dock. Opposition levels big EVM compromised charge amid EVM debate. Ex-Union Minister counters Musk, says Indian EVMs cannot be hacked. Union Home Minister Amit Shah chairs a high-level meeting to review security situation in Manipur. Army Chief General Manoj Pandey, Manipur Security Advisor Kuldeep Singh attend meet. And NCERT Class 12 Political Science book sparks row, refers to Babri Masjid as a 3-domed structure. Congress hits out, calls NCERT an RSS affiliate. And let's begin by getting you the latest updates on a Congress meeting that's underway to decide which seat Rahul Gandhi will choose, whether it's Wayanad or Raebareli. Mallikarjun Kharge, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul, Priyanka Gandhi, KC Venugopal, all of them are currently in attendance. The meeting happening at Kharge's residence. It's expected that any time now, a decision will be taken and announced on which seat Rahul Gandhi chooses, whether it will be Wayanad or Raebareli. Expect the decision for sure tonight, because the deadline for Rahul to vacate one of the 2 seats is tomorrow. So before that, there has to be a formal announcement made by the Congress. Now, so far, the indication has been that Rahul Gandhi will pick Raebareli over Wayanad. And the messaging also at his Thanksgiving rally in Wayanad a couple of days ago seemed to also be that while he was thankful to the people of Wayanad, he would have to go ahead and relinquish the seat and hand it over to someone else. Let's in fact get you Rahul Gautam, who's joining us live from Kharge's residence, which is where this meeting is currently happening. Rahul, what's happening there? The meeting currently underway. It's expected that tonight we will have a decision. All right, we'll get to Rahul in just a bit, but right now the meeting's still underway. It's been on for over 90 minutes now, where we understand that discussions are happening on the pros and cons of choosing a Raebareli or choosing Wayanad for that matter. But reportedly, the Congress and Rahul also in all likelihood is keen on choosing Raebareli over Wayanad. Shiv Aroor is joining us live with more details on this story. Shiv, at this point, of course, there are a lot of indications in the last 1 week that seem to suggest that Rahul Gandhi could pick Raebareli over Wayanad, and at least that was the messaging so far in the Thanksgiving rallies that he's held.
You know, all indications do point to that, Akshita, and it would make political sense as well. Remember that Kerala is a place where the Congress has traditionally been very, very strong. They've been able to take much more for granted in places like Kerala, perhaps, in comparison to other places. Most certainly in comparison to UP, where the Congress has struggled for many, many years, to get beyond being confined to just its bastions. In 2019, even Amethi was lost. This time, with the revival of the Congress's fortunes in Uttar Pradesh from Rai Bareli to now winning 6 seats, it would be very difficult. It would be foolhardy for the Congress to even think that Rahul Gandhi would choose Wayanad over Rai Bareli. You had the siblings Rahul and Priyanka in Amethi, Rai Bareli a few days ago for their Abhar Yatra, their Dhanyavad Yatra, where they gave thanks basically to the people of UP for showing faith and allowing the Congress to expand its footprint by a factor of 6 from 1 seat in 2019 to 6 seats this year. So it stands to reason that the Rahul Gandhi would be prevailed upon to choose Rai Bareli over Wayanad. Remember, in Wayanad, in Kerala, the Congress has had a very strong showing, so they've got a big buffer, political buffer as far as Kerala is concerned. UP is much more tricky. The pressure is going to be on the Congress now to demonstrate that UP was not a flash in the pan and to capitalize on the gains made in being able to expand its footprint. So I think Rai Bareli is going to be it, Akshita.
All right, then we'll see what really happens to Wayanad. As far as the leadership in the Kerala Congress is concerned, they promise that there will be a strong candidate that's put up in Wayanad if Rahul Gandhi chooses Rai Bareli. But we should have a decision by tonight, so we'll track that very closely. Thanks, Shiv, for joining us here on this broadcast. Listen in to what Rahul Gandhi said when he thanked voters in Wayanad and also addressed all of that speculation over which seat he'd pick.
I'd like to once again thank every single person in Wayanad for the love and affection that you have given me. And many people are speculating Wayanad or Rai Bareli. Everybody knows the answer to this question except myself. So don't worry, both Rai Bareli and Wayanad will be very happy with my decision.
All right, the big question over who will be the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Sources telling us here on India Today that Prime Minister Modi, in all likelihood, will suggest the name of the Speaker on June 26th. Will propose the Speaker's name on June 26th. But the opposition also has made it clear that they're going to now throw their hat in the ring. They're also going to be contesting for the Lok Sabha Speaker's post. So it's going to be a very, very interesting fight for the Speaker's post, an all-important post, especially looking at the results of this election. And you will have, of course, a much stronger opposition this time in Parliament. So keeping that in mind, the role of the Speaker extremely crucial. Now, what we're hearing from our sources is that the NDA will stick with a Speaker from the BJP. So while there was a lot of speculation that the BJP would have to hand it over to one of their allies, that the TDP and JDU are also pushing to get the Speaker's post, we're hearing now that it will be a BJP pick after all. And let's focus on the big political story of the day. A slugfest once again over electronic voting machines, with claims of tampering of EVM playing out in Maharashtra in the Mumbai Northwest Lok Sabha constituency, where the Shiv Sena candidate won by just 48 votes. It's alleged that MP Vaikar's cousin was using a mobile phone allegedly connected to an EVM during the counting of votes on June 4th. However, the Election Commission has rejected all of these claims, saying that there's no EVM OTP theory, there's no way your phone can be connected to unlock an EVM, and all of that is simply untrue and completely baseless.
Elections are over, but the war over EVMs is not. It was this news report published by a Mumbai daily that set the cat among pigeons. The report claimed that a relative of Shiv Sena candidate Ravindra Vaikar, who won the Mumbai Lok Sabha seat by just 48 votes, used a mobile phone to generate an OTP that unlocked the EVM. The publication now says that the mobile phone was not used to unlock the EVM and has regretted the error. Mumbai poll officer has also categorically refused EVM hacking claims, clarifying that EVMs have no wireless communication capabilities and that there is no possibility of manipulation.
PBMS और एक ऑनकोर इसके लिए OTP की जरूरत होती है. दोनों सिस्टम क्या और इसको किस तरीके से OTP से जरूरत होती है?
ETPBS में हम स्कैन करते हैं, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ट्रांसमिटेड जो ये होता है, और एनकोर जो है उसके लिए OTP लगता है, पर एनकोर ये डाटा एंट्री ऑपरेशन है, डाटा एंट्री का सिस्टम है ECI का, उसका EVM के काउंटिंग प्रोसीजर से दूर दूर तक कोई ताल्लुकात नहीं है।
It has now emerged that ECI staff Dinesh Gaurav gave his phone to Mangesh Padelkar, Shiv Sena MP, Vaikar's brother-in-law. The phone, which is meant for data entry purposes, was used by Padelkar for making and receiving calls. But politics over the EVM hack claim is only escalating.
आम्ही सांगितलं होतं की EC म्हणजे इलेक्शन कमिशन नसून एंटायरली कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड. आज जी जगभरात आणि देशभरात चर्चा सुरू आहे, मला वाटतं आमच्यासारखे अनेक अशा वेगळ्या वेगळ्या सीट्स असतील देशभरात जिथे ही चर्चा होऊ शकते. पण हा जो भाजपाने विजय क्लेम केलेला आहे तो देखील 303 वरनं 240 वर आलेला आहे. काल पण मी सांगितलं की ही यंत्रणा जर त्यांच्या हातात नसते आणि खरोखर फ्री अँड फेअर इलेक्शन झाले असते तर 240 काय 40 देखील जागा भाजपाच्या या देशात आल्या नसत्या.
खोटा जे काही दिशाभूल करण्याचा जे काही प्रयत्न चालू आहे, तुमच्या एवढ्या जागा जिंकल्या तुम्ही, तेव्हा EVM वर संशय घेतला नाही, फक्त रवींद्र वायकर यांच्या EVM वर संशय घेता. वाटतं 42% स्ट्राईक रेट आहे, आमचा शिवसेनेचा 48% आहे. त्यामुळे त्यांच्या पायाखालची वाळू सरकली आहे, म्हणून अशा प्रकारचे आरोप प्रत्यारोप करतात.
आरओ थी, उनका मोबाइल था, वो मोबाइल लेके बाहर जाते थे और स्टार्टिंग में 650 का लीड ये उद्धव ठाकरे साहब के पक्ष को मिला, बाद में वो कम हुआ. तो ये जो चीजें है उसके कारण कंफ्यूजन बढ़ जाता है. कंफ्यूजन बढ़ जाता है तो लोगों का लोकशाही या जो डेमोक्रेसी है उस पर से विश्वास निकल जाता है. तो इलेक्शन कमीशन और सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है कि ये विश्वास न उठ जाए. अगर कंफ्यूजन हो तो क्लियर हो जाए.
कोई ईवीएम हैक नहीं हुआ था और कोई ईवीएम को अनलॉक करने के लिए मोबाइल का इस्तेमाल नहीं हुआ था. तो जिस तरीके से उस अखबार ने आज माफी मांगी है, बिल्कुल उसी तरीके से हमारी मांग है कि राहुल गांधी भी माफी मांगे. उन्होंने देश में जो चुनाव की प्रक्रिया चलती है, प्रतिष्ठित प्रक्रिया है, उस प्रक्रिया को बदनाम किया.
Meanwhile, an FIR has been filed against both the ECI official and the Shinde Sena MP, Vaikar's brother-in-law, who carried the phone. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's bring in Ritwik Balekar, who's joining us live from Mumbai with the latest updates of the story. Ritwik, good evening. Our first statement that's come in from the Shiv Sena MP here, Vaikar, who's come out and said that he welcomes the investigation against his brother-in-law. This even as, we've been seeing all of this snowballing into a claim that the EVM was tampered with. The Election Commission, Mumbai Police, they've all clarified that the EVM has remained untouched.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Ravindra Vaikar, the candidate who won from that constituency where this row has erupted, has welcomed the investigation, and is also ready to face the investigation himself, is what his sources are telling. But at the same time, they are also questioning the reports of the newspaper and the allegations which are made by the opposition that EVM was hacked by using the mobile phone. The FIR has been registered at Vanrai police station. Police are investigating the case. Even his keen and also the ECI officials are cooperating with the police in the case. So why the fake narratives are being created to defame Ravindra Vaikar and to challenge his victory is what is concerning to the ruling alliance.
All right, Ritwik, thanks very much for joining us with all of those details. We'll continue tracking the political reactions that come in from Mumbai, but this has also become a global talking point now. How? Because Elon Musk has waded into the EVM controversy, where on social media he pitched for eliminating electronic voting machines. Musk raised concerns about its usage in the voting process and claimed that EVMs can be hacked. You had former Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar countering Musk on his remarks, saying Indian EVMs, quite simply, cannot be hacked. Billionaire tech magnate Elon Musk has triggered yet another controversy. The Tesla CEO has questioned the credibility of EVMs. Musk on social media pitched for eliminating electronic voting machines and also raised concerns about its usage in the voting process. Musk said any machine can be hacked.
His remarks in reaction to polls in Puerto Rico came at a time that opposition is questioning the vulnerability of EVMs. Rajiv Chandrasekhar, who served as Minister of State for the IT Ministry in Modi Cabinet 2.0, was quick to counter Elon Musk's claim. Rajiv Chandrasekhar said that Indian EVMs cannot be hacked. Hailing Indian EVMs, Rajiv Chandrasekhar also offered to give a tutorial to the SpaceX boss, demonstrating the robustness of EVMs designed in India. This social media discussion has fueled the ongoing war over EVMs between the opposition and BJP. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi has termed EVMs in India a black box that are prone to fraud. Seeking a clarification from the BJP, SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav used Musk's post to reiterate the opposition's demand for conducting future elections using paper ballots. Musk's EVM claim has unlocked a fresh political row in India. Bureau Report, India Today.
And India Today has accessed a picture of actor Darshan with his colleague Chikanna, who's also been summoned now by the police. Remember that another Sandalwood actor right now has been roped in for the investigation, not as an accused, but to record his statement, because the police believe that Darshan, was with Chikanna the day that Renuka Swamy, the victim, was abducted and brought to Bengaluru. And the photo of, in fact, Darshan with Chikanna proves exactly that, because this photo was taken from the day before the murder of Renuka Swamy. Remember that the victim was abducted from Chitradurga, brought to Bengaluru, kept in a godown and ultimately beaten to death. But even before that, Darshan, the day before the murder, was at a pub in Bengaluru where there's also been a spot inquiry. And with him, you see in that picture at that pub, is actor Chikanna, which is why now this actor, known to be a comedian in Sandalwood, has also been roped in the investigation. The cops aren't naming him as an accused, but they want details from him to understand the exact sequence of events and who they met with on the day before Renuka Swamy's murder. Sagai Raj is joining us with more details on this story. Sagai, we see this picture that you have accessed where actor Darshan is seen with Chikanna. It's perhaps because of this now that the comedian, who is also a part of Sandalwood, has been roped in the investigation.
Absolutely, and if you notice that Chikanna, along with Darshan and Stony Brook pub and restaurant owner Vinay, was seen together, parting much before they could even execute their plan to murder or assault him. Remember, initially they brought him to assault, and later on they have murdered him inside Patanagere shed. And Vinay is also one of the accused in this particular case. And the police have summoned actor Chikanna after Darshan had given a statement to the police saying that he was with Chikanna and other murder accused at Stony Brook pub and restaurant in Rajeshwari Nagar much before he went inside the shed. So in the visuals, in the photographs that you are watching right now, is the photograph of Vinay, Chikanna and Darshan in a single frame, parting much before they murdered Renuka Swamy in that particular shed.
Okay, those are the pictures on your screens at this point. Darshan and Chikanna seen together in a private pub in Bengaluru a day before the murder. All right, let's shift our focus to another big political story that we've been tracking through the day. A political controversy over changes in the Class 12 political science textbook. The National Council of Educational Research and Training has introduced several significant changes in the Class 12 political science textbook, which has now kicked off a political storm, with Congress slamming the centre. Now, the most notable change is the removal of the term Babri Masjid. So the word Babri Masjid isn't there. It's now been replaced by the term three-domed structure in the new edition. So Babri Masjid referred to as a three-domed structure in the political science textbook. Now, besides that, the chapter on Ayodhya has been condensed from 4 pages to just 2 pages now. Congress MP Jairam Ramesh, referring to these changes, has hit out at the NCERT, calling it an RSS affiliate and that it must not give political pamphlets. He also, in fact, mocked the NCERT, saying it was not Nagpur or Narendra Council for Education and Research, and that all of its textbooks are now of dubious quality.
2021 में 21 का जो केंद्र सरकार का शैक्षणिक धोरण जो आया है, उसमें लोगों को, बच्चों को आपस में लड़ाने का एक प्लान सरकार ने किया है। उसका हमारा विरोध है। देश में विविध जाति और विविध धर्म के लोग रहते और हम इतने साल सब लोग एक साथ रहते, देश के लिए लड़ने के लिए सभी जाति धर्म के लोगों का इन्वॉल्व है, और ये आपस में लड़ाने का जो शैक्षणिक धोरण केंद्र सरकार ने, नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार ने बनाया है, उसका हमें विरोध है। हमें किसी धर्म से बच्चों को नहीं लड़ाना है।
इनकी सोच गलत है। इनकी सोच दिखाना चाहिए कि हम बारंबार कह रहे हैं कि 500 वर्षों के संघर्ष के बाद तब यह सफलता हमको मिली है, और ये सब कुछ न दर्शा करके तब से दर्शाएंगे जब से कोर्ट का आदेश हुआ है। यह इतिहास वो अधूरा रहेगा। उनको आगे पीछे की जितनी घटनाएं हुई हैं, न 23 दिसंबर 1949 के रामलला का प्रकट होना दिखाई देगा, न 6 दिसंबर 92 को गिर गया उसको दिखाई देगा, तब ये अधूरा है और ये मान्य नहीं है।
Now, a massive tragedy rocked the country early this morning when a goods train rammed into an express train. 9 people have died, and we've seen a big political showdown as the opposition is now training guns on Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav and the Modi government. The India bloc is demanding Vaishnav's resignation as Railway Minister, alleging that there's been complete mismanagement of the Indian Railways, and that's what's led to this kind of a tragedy. The Congress, TMC, Uddhav Sena, RJD, all of them raising questions. Before we get to that report, let's cut across live to the national capital, where the Congress meeting has come to an end, and we're expecting an announcement from Rahul Gandhi on exactly which seat he will choose to represent. Will it be Wayanad or Raebareli? Images are on your screens of Rahul Gandhi. That meet has just come to an end at Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. There was Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, KC Venugopal, who you see on your screens there. Rahul Gandhi all in attendance. Priyanka Gandhi also seen there on your screens. Mallikarjun Kharge is expected to come out any moment now and brief the media on exactly what Rahul Gandhi's choice is. Tomorrow is the last date for Rahul Gandhi to go ahead and choose and announce whether he'll be choosing Raebareli or Wayanad. Sources have indicated so far that Rahul Gandhi in all likelihood will retain the Raebareli seat and will let go of Wayanad, considering the strong footing that the Kerala Congress has versus the Congress's performance in Uttar Pradesh, which is something that the Congress is hoping to build on. And that's why they believe that Rahul Gandhi retaining the seat of Raebareli is also extremely crucial. This meeting that just has taken place at Kharge's residence has lasted for over 90 minutes. So clearly hectic discussions have taken place with all those concerned who were there in that meeting. Only the senior most, the high command of the Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge, the Gandhis, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, all of them in attendance, as well as KC Venugopal. Now, Rahul Gandhi has already held, interestingly, a Thanksgiving rally in both Raebareli and Wayanad. And while he's maintained so far that there's no clarity on exactly which seat he'll pick, the indication from other Congress leaders has largely been that he is going to be choosing Raebareli, simply because of the fact that the Congress is hoping to build on the momentum that they've managed to secure in Uttar Pradesh, a state where they believed they didn't stand really a chance. Whereas in Kerala, where the Congress has done exceptionally well, which they expected, a state where they've managed to do very well in the general elections in Kerala, Rahul Gandhi in all likelihood will give up the seat of Wayanad. There have also been a lot of questions whether Priyanka Gandhi then steps into the picture, whether she will then take over from Rahul Gandhi and contest a bypoll in Wayanad. There's still a big question mark on that, and we're expecting some clarity when Mr. Kharge addresses a news briefing in just a while from now on exactly which seat will be picked and then what happens to the one that Rahul Gandhi chooses to sacrifice. As Kharge makes his way out, he's going to be speaking anytime now. Rahul Gautam is live with me. Rahul, we're just waiting for Mr. Kharge to make his way out. Announcement expected anytime now. All right, those are the pictures on your screens of the senior leadership of the Congress, all stepping out, all smiles at this point. But they're getting set now to address the media. It looks like Mr. Kharge will make the announcement. Let's get across live.
इतना जोर से दोस्तों, आपको एक महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय के बारे में मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं। हमारे नेता राहुल गांधी जी 2 जगह से चुन के आए हैं। कानून के तहत उनको 1 सीट वैकेट करना पड़ता है और 1 सीट पे वो कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं और वो कल लास्ट डेट रहने की वजह से आज हम बैठ के सभी ने, पार्टी ने ये तय कर दिया कि राहुल गांधी जी अपना रायबरेली का सीट रखना चाहिए, क्योंकि रायबरेली ये पहले से भी उनके बहुत नज़दीक है। उस फैमिली के साथ बड़ा जुड़ाव है वहाँ से और पीढ़ियों से वहाँ पर वो लड़ते आए हैं। इसीलिए वहाँ के लोगों का भी कहना है और पार्टी के लोगों का भी कहना है कि पार्टी के लिए ये अच्छा होगा कि रायबरेली सीट वो रिटेन करे। और इससे महत्वपूर्ण जो है, जो वायनाड सीट पे वो लड़े हैं, वहाँ के लोगों का प्यार भी उनको मिला है। वहाँ के लोग भी यही चाहते हैं कि राहुल जी वायनाड सीट पे वो रिटेन कर दे। लेकिन कानून क्या हो गया, कानून इसके लिए इजाज़त नहीं देती। इसीलिए वो बड़े दुख के साथ, बड़े सोच समझ के हमने ये तय करा कि वायनाड से खाली सीट पे प्रियंका जी लड़ना चाहिए। और इसीलिए हम पार्टी के ओर से और मेरे ओर से उनको धन्यवाद देता हूं कि हमारी बात को उन्होंने रखी है और माना है दोनों ने। इसीलिए मैं आपके सामने आके डिक्लेयर कर रहा हूं कि दोनों, एक तो रायबरेली सीट रहेगी और वायनाड में भी वो प्रियंका जी रहने से वहाँ के लोगों को भी एक हिम्मत मिलेगी कि राहुल गांधी जी यहाँ से छोड़े तो भी, वो छोड़ के तो जाने वाले नहीं है, छोड़े तो भी प्रियंका जी उन्होंने एक ये स्लोगन दिया है यूपी में। जब ये हाथरस का ये हादसा हुआ था तो उस वक्त उन्होंने कहा था, मैं लड़की हूँ, लड़ सकती हूँ। तो वो लड़की लड़ सकती है वहाँ से। और हमारे पार्टी की तरफ से मैं उनको धन्यवाद देता हूँ, क्योंकि बहुत कठिनाई में भी उन्होंने हमारा साथ दिया और मैं बहुत ही उनका आभारी भी हूँ, क्योंकि उन्होंने इतनी कोशिश करके एक तो उत्तर प्रदेश में बहुत सी जीत दिलाई, दूसरे जगह जो हम खोए हुए सीट थे अमेठी, उसको पुनर्जीत उन्होंने किया और राहुल जी के सीट पे भी उन्होंने बहुत मेहनत की और वो भी हमको जिताए। तो जीत बहुत उनके हाथ में है, इसीलिए ये दोनों काम हम करने जा रहे हैं। और आप सबको धन्यवाद। आपको बहुत
अगर कांग्रेस वर्किंग कमेटी का फैसला नहीं मानेंगे तो मैं उनके ऊपर अनुशासनात्मक कार्रवाई कर दूंगा। ये आपका फैसला मान रहे हैं कि नहीं मान रहे, ये सवाल।
अरे वो आगे की बात है। आज के दिन का ये निर्णय है। अगर ये मानने के बाद ही आगे का आएगा वो भी मैं बता दूंगा।
बट धमकी तो दी है, कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट ने धमकी तो दी है। जस्ट 1 सेकंड। नहीं मेरा
1 मिनट,
सॉरी मेरा रायबरेली से और वायनाड से इमोशनल कनेक्शन है। पिछले 5 सालों में मैं वायनाड का एमपी था और वायनाड के सब लोगों ने, हर पार्टी के लोगों ने प्यार दिया, तो उसके लिए मैं दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूं और पूरी ज़िंदगी उसको याद रखूंगा। प्रियंका वायनाड से चुनाव लड़ेगी, मगर मैं भी पीरियोडिकली वायनाड जाऊंगा और जो वायदे हमने वायनाड को किए थे उनको हम पूरा करेंगे। रायबरेली का पुराना रिश्ता है, काफ़ी खुशी हो रही है कि मैं उनको फिर से रिप्रेजेंट करूंगा, मगर आसान निर्णय नहीं था, मुश्किल निर्णय था क्योंकि जुड़ाव दोनों के साथ है। सो I have an emotional relationship with both Raebareli and the people of Wayanad, and the last 5 years as Member of Parliament of Wayanad have been a fantastic experience, a very enjoyable experience. The people of Wayanad stood with me. The people of Wayanad gave me love and affection, every single person, regardless of party. They gave me support, love and affection. They gave me energy to fight in a very difficult time. So I will never forget that. I want everyone in Wayanad to know that Priyanka is going to fight the election in Wayanad. But I am going to be a frequent visitor to Wayanad, and I am going to be available to the people of Wayanad. And the commitments that I have made, we will stand by them and we will try and deliver all those commitments. She's going to fight the election. I'm confident she's going to win the election, and she's going to be a very good representative for the people of Wayanad. People of Wayanad can think about it like this. You have now 2 members of parliament. One is my sister and one is me. And my doors are always open for you throughout the rest of my life. And I love every single person in Wayanad. Thank you.
प्रियंका जी, आप क्या कहेंगे वायनाड से चुनाव लड़ने जा रही हैं?
बहुत खुश हूँ मैं. I'm very happy to be able to represent Wayanad, and all I'll say is that I won't let them feel his absence. As he said, he'll come many times with me, but I will work as hard and I will try my best to make everybody happy and to be a good representative. और रायबरेली के साथ तो मेरा बहुत ही पुराना रिश्ता भी है और 20 सालों से मैंने काम किया है दोनों रायबरेली और अमेठी में, तो वो रिश्ता तो कहीं मतलब किसी भी तरह से टूट नहीं सकता. उसको कायम रखने के लिए हम दोनों हैं और भैया की मैं मदद रायबरेली में भी करूंगी, और जैसे इन्होंने कहा हम दोनों रायबरेली में भी हम दोनों मौजूद होंगे और वायनाड में भी.
दोनों को 2 सांसद मिल रहे हैं. सिंपल सी बात है.
आपके पॉलिटिकल लाइफ का इलेक्टोरल डिब्यूट है. हर राजनेता चुनाव में जाना चाहता है, आप पहली बार चुनाव में जा रही हैं, क्या कहेंगे इस बारे में? किस तरह की आपकी जो इस समय भावना है? एंड आर यू नर्वस?
Not at all.
प्रियंका जी,
I'm not nervous at all.
बनना चाहिए, इसको लेके पूरी पार्टी मांग रही है. आपकी क्या राय है अपने भाई को लेकर?
वो राय मैंने भाई को दे दी है.
थैंक यू
वेरी मच. हैव अ नाइस इवनिंग.
आज 2 घोषणाएं कर दी, क्या नेता विपक्ष को लेकर कब तक फैसला होगा?
अरे जल्दी करूंगा.
हेलो.
ठीक है.
Big breaking news that's coming in right now. Rahul Gandhi has picked Raebareli, but perhaps the news break that's grabbed everyone's eyeballs is that yes, Priyanka Gandhi is all set to make her electoral debut from Wayanad. So the seat that Rahul Gandhi is giving up, that he's vacating, now Priyanka Gandhi will fight from that seat. Remember, here on India Today, we had told you that this is the formula that's in the works, that Rahul Gandhi will pick Raebareli and that Priyanka in all likelihood will go ahead and contest from Wayanad once Rahul Gandhi vacates that seat. So our news break confirmed yet again. But now the Congress formula very, very clear. The Gandhi siblings, and if Priyanka Gandhi wins that by-poll, it will mean that both the siblings will be in parliament for perhaps what the Congress hopes will be a double-pronged attack at the Modi government by Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi. So Rahul Gandhi, as expected, has picked Raebareli because the messaging the Congress wants to send across is that they are working, building on the momentum that they've managed in this particular election in Uttar Pradesh with the number of seats that they've managed to secure. Rahul Gandhi wanted to stick to his family bastion of Raebareli. And so giving up Wayanad, they're also sending across a message that the Gandhis aren't ignoring Wayanad. They understand the mandate that was given to Rahul Gandhi, which was a sweeping one in Wayanad. And now he's deployed his sister, Priyanka Gandhi, in the seat of Wayanad. Rahul Gautam is joining us live from that spot with more details. Rahul, the formula very, very clear now. Rahul Gandhi sticks to Raebareli. Now you've got Priyanka Gandhi who will be stepping in Wayanad. Mr. K. Surendran, Kerala BJP chief, who also contested against Rahul in Wayanad, is joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Surendran, Rahul Gandhi has given up the Wayanad seat, is vacating the Wayanad seat, choosing Raebareli, but he's sending his sister to Wayanad, sir. Priyanka Gandhi will be fighting the by-poll in Wayanad.
No, our stand is vindicated, man. We were always saying that from day one, we were saying that Rahul Gandhi will betray Wayanad people. He will cheat Wayanad people. Now he left Wayanad. Rahul Gandhi told that Wayanad is my family, my parivar. Now he left his parivar. Now he selected one new parivar.
No, but he sent literally his parivar to Wayanad now, sir. He's sending Priyanka Gandhi there. What do you think will be her fate now?
No, what was his promise to Wayanad people? From 2019, when he came to Wayanad, he told that his stand was that I will be with you always. This is my family. I will be with you always, no? But he left Wayanad, no?
He's left Wayanad, yes, and you're right in pointing out that he said he will stick to the people of Wayanad. He referred to Wayanad as his family. But now you've got Priyanka Gandhi who will be stepping into Wayanad. So what do you think will happen? Do you think a resounding mandate that Rahul Gandhi received will now be something that Priyanka Gandhi also manages to bag? All right, we've lost the connection with Mr. Surendran. The Kerala BJP chief saying that the people of Wayanad have been cheated by Rahul Gandhi and that he's picked Raebareli over Wayanad, so he's lied to the people of Wayanad. But today, clearly, Rahul Gandhi has said that while I'm choosing Raebareli, I want my family to be in Wayanad, and which is why the decision has been taken that Priyanka Gandhi now will contest from Wayanad, which is huge breaking news considering that Priyanka Gandhi now is making her electoral debut. Rahul Gautam is joining us live with more details of this. Interesting really that both the Gandhi siblings have decided that they will be in parliament if of course Priyanka wins that by-poll in Wayanad. Rahul, take us through the thinking behind this formula. There was a lot of thought that Priyanka Gandhi will be reserved for a seat in Uttar Pradesh because she's focused largely her politics in UP, and now she's going to be shifting all the way down south to Kerala, to Wayanad.
Well, the formula is pretty clear that Rahul Gandhi will be taking forward the political legacy of Sonia Gandhi. Remember the day when Sonia Gandhi wrote that letter, emotional letter to the people of Raebareli, when she said that the emotional, the family connect that Raebareli has with Gandhi will certainly continue. And in that context, you can say that Rahul Gandhi will be taking forward the legacy of Sonia Gandhi. Now, Rahul Gandhi himself, interestingly, dropped his hint that that he's not going to disappoint people of Wayanad when he's actually going to choose Raebareli. He himself said that by my decision, people of both Raebareli and Wayanad are going to be happy, and that actually fuel the speculation that whether it is Priyanka Gandhi who is going to contest, if at all Rahul Gandhi leaves Wayanad, and there's the same thing that has now happened. So it's pretty clear that Rahul Gandhi will be holding the Congress flag in northern part of the country, while Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will be contesting the upcoming
it definitely is a bit surprising.